Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon an ABC television series by the name of Mind Games. I'm going to talk about episode 2 titled Asymmetric Dominance. Pretty much what episode 2 of the ABC television series with the name of Mind Games is about is they're trying to, their jobs, obviously, they work with Edwards and Associates, the two brothers, the actors of Steve Zahn and Christian Slater. These two brothers have their own company. They get paid to manipulate and persuade other people's minds without those people actually knowing that they're doing so. Well, in this particular and certain episode, they're doing pretty much that same thing. There is a woman that wants to become a CEO of a company. She wants to move her way up, and they need to persuade some people in order for her to do so. So what they end up having to do is some minor spoilers coming up, just so you guys know, just in case you don't like spoilers. They want to hire a third candidate. This third candidate, they want this candidate to be someone that is unlikely, someone that that they wouldn't normally pick. If they can have this third candidate, that way they would pick this older girl CEO. That way her role and her character can become the new CEO of the company. That's pretty much the main gist, and there's obviously some of the underlining plots, such as Christian Slater's character having to keep certain secrets from his brother Steve Zahn's character, and that's pretty much the main gist of episode 2 titled Asymmetric Dominance of the ABC television series by the name of Mind Games. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I'm only 2 episodes in, and I will say, Mind Games, the ABC television series, is a pretty good series so far. It has that sort of, mix of both comedy and mix of both, comedy and both drama also. And overall, it makes it for a pretty satisfying watch. No, it's nothing amazing. It's nothing, mind-blowing or breathtaking or stunning or anything like that. But overall, I would have to say it is pretty enjoyable and pretty satisfying in general. I really do like the relationship between our two main characters, the actors by the name of Christian Slater and Steve Zahn. Both actors and both, people in general play great characters. Both characters are interesting. They're never boring. They never back down. They're always really interesting to watch. And it seems like every episode, kind of like CSI, shows like Law and Order SVU, Chicago PD, similar to shows like that, where each show is sort of a police procedural. This isn't about police, of course, but each show is sort of a procedural thing, where there's a different case or a different thing going on in each episode. They're always helping out someone different, but the cases are interesting, the people are interesting, the characters are interesting. So what's one of the upsides is, though it's a different thing every episode, it's still very interesting to watch. There are still underlining plots going on, similar to other CSI shows where, they introduce some sort of underlining plot. There is still something going on, and that's one of the most interesting things about the show, is that Christian Slater, it's a great, unique element, is that Christian Slater's character has to keep a secret, from his brother Steve Zahn. And you can only tell in due time, probably towards the end or maybe halfway through season 1, is where Steve Zahn's going to find out, and then the relationship's going to get all rocky, and I probably won't talk to him for a while, and that's probably when the series will go from being, pretty good to actually probably really good. So I can't wait for that to happen. That's a really unique element, I think, because he hired the girl that fell in love, with Steve Zahn. She hired, or Christian Slater's character hired her to do so, and then she actually really fell in love with him. So, it kind of turned the tables on Christian Slater's character, because Christian Slater's character never thought she was actually going to do so. So I just really like that plot point, and overall, it's a pretty, I thought it was a pretty good episode. Had some good acting, some good, unique concepts. The best thing about the show is probably, besides the relationship with the two brothers, is probably the whole concept of manipulating people's minds. It's a very psychological show, very psychological, learning how people's minds work. It's interesting. You feel like you're learning something at the same time. So it's a very interesting concept, very psychological, just the concept of persuading people's minds without them knowing that you're actually doing so. And they're getting paid to do this, so it's a pretty unique concept when you think about it. Overall, a pretty good, series so far. 2 episodes in, and I'm liking it. If I had to rate it so far, I'd probably give it a solid 8 out of 10 so far. That's my review of episode 2, titled Asymmetric Dominance, for the ABC television series by the name of Mind Games. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to my page below. I'll see you guys later. More videos by Centipede Geek.